What is up, everybody, and welcome to another video. In today's video, it's been a minute. I know it's been a while. I haven't seen y'all in quite some time. Been up to a lot of stuff. I just got back home from Blade Show, Texas, which was a very nice time. I was in Texas for a different convention, and then I also went to Blade Show, Texas on Saturday. Had a great time. Got to visit my family. If you don't know, I'm from Texas originally. I lived up in the middle of nowhere in North Texas, kind of near Gainesville, Texas, and then ended up moving out here to Atlanta. So, you know, had a very nice time, got to visit the family, got to see some cool people at Blade Show, Texas. Shout out to Lucas from Squid Industries and Dalen from Machine Wise and the Bally Scissors, David, and Grant from Fellowship Blades. It was great to see him as well. There was a lot of cool people at Blade Show, Texas, and a lot of cool stuff happening, so really enjoyed that. But you know, things are happening now. It's a little bit warmer out. I plan to get back into the Will Flips game as time continues. As you can see, I'm in my outdoor clothes, and that's because we're not doing anything yet, but we are getting the kayaks ready for the upcoming kayaking season. If you haven't heard before, I've talked about this previously, but and actually while I'm flipping over the kayak, I'm going to change to a trainer. I know you've probably heard me talk about this previously, and if you haven't, me and Brandon love to go kayaking with our friends on the Chattahoochee River. It just happens to be a really great thing to do during the summer months here in Atlanta, and I got a new kayak that I'm testing out today, making sure everything inflates properly and stays inflated before we actually bring it onto the river and potentially, you know, have a different experience. So it's better to make sure things work on dry land and make sure everything's prepared, and then, you know, go a little harder later than it is to find out later that you should have done that preemptively. Anywho, speaking of things that need backup plans, unfortunately, not all things are sunshine and rainbows. We got a little screwed over by Amazon. It turns out Amazon hates Balisongs and Balisong creators. The Vulp, this Vulp right here, this dude, is no longer available on Amazon, which, to be fair, this Vulp was never available on Amazon. This is the one without the bottle opener. As you can see, we never made the Vulp without the bottle opener available on Amazon because Amazon requires it to not just be a knife trainer, but it has to have some sort of other function, so we made it a bottle opener. And that was really cool. Until it wasn't, because literally yesterday we got a notification from Amazon, or to be more clear, Nabali's got this notification and then they communicated it with us, that yeah, the Vulp is no longer available on Amazon. So, for those of you that want a Vulp, go to nabali's.com or bladehq.com to get your Vulp, because we have the Vulp available on Blade HQ still. Definitely check out Blade HQ. They've got some of the fastest shipping time in America, so, you know, if you're in the USA, go to Blade HQ for a Vulp, because that's going to be the main place to get them now. But they're also available on nabali's.com, and if you want one on nabali's.com right now, we're actually having a 10% off sale just to kind of drive more people to the website and make sure people know about it, because yeah, it is a bit of a pickle that we're in. I don't know if I've talked about this on the channel before, maybe I have, but we had a cash flow from some stuff in terms of like how the channel worked beforehand, and then when we got the Vulp happening, we were like, okay, cool, so with the Vulp plus the cash that we already have happening, we'll be like in a really good spot. You know, we'll finally be fully sustainable and we'll have a lot going on, and it'll be very nice for the YouTube channel. And then, as soon as the Vulp happened, our initial cash flow got interrupted, and so we ended up, instead of going from like having some money and then getting more money and being like sustainable, we went from having some money to having some money with the Vulp, and the first money kind of went away. And so we never really got to that point of like, oh yeah, now we're super sustainable and things are great and like we can, you know, do this full time. But we were working on that with the Vulp and like bringing other things into the metric. But now, unfortunately, due to everything, that's not the case anymore. Now, because the Vulp has been removed off of Amazon, that is going to be a massive impact on our ability to make money and our ability to support this channel, which really sucks. And to give you some perspective, I'm going to give you some sales metrics for the Vulp last month. These are approximate sales metrics, so it's not the exact numbers, but you can get the idea from it. I believe last month we sold almost 800 Vulps on Amazon. Okay, that's quite a lot of Balisongs. That's really cool. That's really great. Now, obviously, me and Brandon aren't making a huge percentage of the money from each Vulp, so we certainly are not making $65 per Vulp. I think the number is closer to somewhere like $5 or something like that. I need to do the math to figure it out exactly, but we're making a fraction of the price of each Vulp. Like we're not making a lot of money off of each Vulp, unfortunately. However, I know the consensus then becomes, oh, well, what about, Aliexpress and Blade HQ and all that stuff? Blade HQ, the way their orders work is that they order a bunch of Vulps from us at the same time whenever they order them. So, like, the amount of sales that happen on Blade HQ, we aren't really affected by the day-to-day sales on Blade HQ. What we're affected by is when does Blade HQ need to restock. And the last time Blade HQ bought Vulps, they bought quite a few of them, and then they haven't gone through that sales yet. But on Aliexpress, you might think, okay, well, at least you'll still have them for sale on Aliexpress. Well, here's the unfortunate news. Amazon, as I said, we sold almost 800 Vulps. On Aliexpress, I think we sold 22 Vulps, which is a lot less than 800. And so I think you can imagine that if we went from selling 800 Vulps and that, was only enough to keep us almost sustainable, but not actually keep us sustainable. If we went from selling 822 Vulps to just 22 Vulps, it's not great. It's not great for us. So, yeah, Amazon has really screwed us over here, and their reasoning is really dumb as well, because the reasoning that we can't sell the Vulp on Amazon, according to Amazon, is that it can be sharpened, which, if you tried to sharpen this, it would fall apart. If you tried to make a blade out of this, it would literally fall apart. That's kind of the point of the design, is that you actually can't sharpen it. So I don't know what they're on about with that. And they sell kitchen knives. That's a good point. And pocket knives. So, I don't know what they're talking about with the sharpening ability of this thing, because it is literally not actually sharpenable. That's the whole point. But whatever, I guess. We're going to try to fight it. We're going to try to get it back on Amazon if possible. But currently, every message, the last message from Amazon said, and I quote, "Do not reopen this ticket. This decision is final." So that's not a good sign for us. It's what I would consider to be a bad sign, certainly. And it's really frustrating. It's really annoying. I would really like to be able to keep having the Vulp available on Amazon. That's literally like 90% of the reason that I even worked with Nibali's in the first place, is because they had a good Amazon track record, and we would be able to use Amazon and provide the product all over the world for a cheap price and have it be pretty immediately available to anybody that wanted to purchase it. And so the inability to have it on Amazon is really frustrating. So Yeah, I don't know. We're going to keep working on it. You know, we're going to keep doing our best. If you guys would like to support us, please either, you know, consider purchasing a Vulp from Nabalies.com or from Blade HQ. But also, if you'd like to support us more directly, I'm trying to increase the focus on our Patreon, because that is going to continue to be the best, most direct way to give money to us and have it actually directly support us. When you give us $3 on Patreon, we get like $2.50 from that. Like, I think Patreon's cut is, if it's very low. It's somewhere like 20% that they actually take, maybe 15%. It's a pretty low cut. And so we get the majority of the money. So if you go with our lowest tier, we're getting the majority of the money that you're giving to us. Same thing with like the $6 and the $12 tiers. Each one of those goes a very long way towards supporting us and keeping us being actually actively sustainable. So yeah, I don't know. It's just been a lot. It's been kind of eating at me and kind of made it a little more annoying to do this. I'm sorry I haven't uploaded to this channel in a minute, and I'm sorry that this happens to be the video that I come back with, is the news that Amazon has kind of screwed us over. But hey, you know, we're going to work through it. We're going to figure it out. I really want to do something about this. You know, we're going to do our best to continue, but this is also annoying because we had different plans in terms of potentially making follow-up products or like different products on Amazon. And if the Vulp can get taken off of Amazon in an instant, well, then any product we make could potentially get taken off of Amazon in an instant, even though there's a million other Balisong products on Amazon that actually could be sharpened, unlike this one. And yet, this one is the one that's not okay. So I don't know. It's frustrating. It's annoying. It's really nonsensical, but we will work through it. We will do our best to combat it. And I really appreciate any support you can give us in the meantime. And to all those that are already supporting us, thank you so much. You guys seriously are the best. It was a very sad / happy time. You know, I had very mixed feelings about it, but this month was the month where our Patreon money has outpaced our YouTube money, which is both good and bad because it means that our Patreon is growing, but it's also bad because it means the YouTube has gotten kind of less and less viable over time, which is just very frustrating to see because, like, it just doesn't quite compute to me how you can have a successful channel with a bunch of people that like it and are subscribed to it, and yet at the same time see a downwards trajectory in terms of actual monetary sustainability. It is quite frustrating. So, you know, but we're working on it. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you watching this video. I hope that you got something from it. I hope that you end up having something fun to do this summer, because God knows I need to go kayaking because it is so relaxing to do so, and I need it. I need it so badly. So I'm going to go kayaking soon, and I hope you have something that you can do soon. Also, there's a big bumblebee around, and I can't probably get it on video because I don't know if he'll let me get close enough to him. But he's a big stinky bumblebee, and I like bumblebees. They're very fun, and they do a lot of good pollination, and we like our pollinators. So yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you later. Peace.